Welcome to another Astro Bot video. We're getting close to the end of the game, so I decided to tackle the Vicious Void, thinking it wouldn't take too long. Oh, how naive I was in my youth. Please subscribe, as what you're about to watch caused me severe mental pain and a trip to see the psychologist. I entered Vicious Void where 9 levels popped up on top of skulls. My first clue that this wasn't going to be fun. I took a look at the levels before choosing to tackle High Inflation first. High Inflation? That's like us right now. Each one of these levels had a different Astro Bot mechanic to use, and this one was the puffing octopus thing. Remember the shaped galaxies that were really annoying and had no checkpoints? Of course you don't, that's because I didn't even bother showing you them because of how frustrating they were, but these levels were even more intense than that. No matter how hard I tried, something kept managing to take me out. Whether it be electric shocks, the spikes, or I just didn't make it far enough. In total, this level took me 9 attempts and 6 minutes to complete. As long as all of them don't take too long, it'll be fine, I thought. Level 2 was Tick-Tock Shock. This one I had to use the VR to slow time, and you'd think that would make it easier, but it really didn't. The beginning wasn't too difficult, it was just till this part where I kept accidentally falling, and you may think it looks easy because I thought the same thing watching back this footage. Go try it for yourself and you'll understand the stress I felt playing this. My hair's already turning grey, this probably amplified the process by 12 years. This part made me really mad where I was literally about to make it, but I didn't pause time and got hit by the windmill and died. Overall, this level took me 16 attempts to complete over a 10-minute time period. Level 3 was Thrust or Bust, and it was where things got hard. This one was using the help of Astro Dog. I'm gonna say this now, this level took me 23 attempts over a 15-minute period, and it was mostly down to the fact that I'd gotten hang of the first half of the level but not the second half, and because the level was quite long, every time I died I had to respawn all the way back to the beginning and slowly trek back to where I was. After a while I managed to figure out how to beat these stupid bells and I was finally free. I should probably say now that this video isn't a tutorial on how to complete these levels, but rather me complaining along and giving you some tips on what to expect and how long it will take. Level 4, Cock-A-Doodle-Doom. Astro Chicken was helping out with this one, and you really got to time your jumps with these spikes because they just pop out at you. Make sure to memorize the patterns and don't mess up your jumps, otherwise the spikes will come back up and finish the job they started. There's also this thin line you have to jump across, and make sure you don't miss because it doesn't automatically throw you onto it. At some point I suddenly realized I was towards the end despite not even knowing I was near the end, and I stopped thinking and just went for it and managed to beat the level. It took me 18 attempts over 11 minutes. Level 5 was hard to bear. Get it? The level is called. Never mind. You can feel the Astro Teddy's vibrations ring through your ears, so maybe turn off vibration for this one. Although this level did only take 5 minutes, so you can tough it out. It only took me 3 attempts. All you need to do is clap the cymbals to move the platforms back and forth. The first time I died was because I got shocked by an enemy, and the second was because I got shocked by this rotating wall near the end. This is probably the easiest level in the whole void, let me tell you. Armoured Hardcore. This one can get really annoying because you may forget you're in the teapot at times and that you aren't in the teapot other times. I kept getting pushed around by enemies and it was really mean. I was tired because I was doing this at like 11 PM and I was really angry from the previous 5 levels. But when I finally stopped being loopy and managed to get past the middle section, the ending wasn't too difficult. It took me 16 attempts over 11 minutes. If I have any advice for you for this level in particular, make sure you're not sleepy while trying to clear it. Speaking of sleep, it was now past midnight and I was getting too frustrated and decided to go to bed and tackle the remaining 3 levels the next morning. The next evening I began tackling the remaining 3 levels, beginning with Twin Frog Trouble. This level took me 19 attempts over 14 minutes. It was really frustrating, but for a different reason to the others, and that's because it was just so boring. I don't know what made it that way, maybe it was the pink goo, but I just hated it and wanted to finish it so bad so I didn't have to look at this dull level anymore. But this fire I had to swing from kept getting in my way and preventing me from doing so. After a few attempts I thought, how would Spider-Man do it? You know, minus the fact that he just go around it. And I managed to beat the level finally. Thank God, I was getting so bored. Don't you tell me to suck it up. This level took me 5 minutes to complete, but 9 attempts, mainly because I was still quite angry from the previous level. I just kept dying random deaths that shouldn't have even been hard. The ending was quite simple and I got out of there as quick as I got in. Okay, Handhold Havoc. This one just looked evil, which is why I started with the one next to it. Again, the level should have been pretty easy, but I was still angry from before, which led me to fail many times. This wall was so annoying as it kept moving about and I kept spamming the triggers on my controllers to make sure I wouldn't get zapped because I wasn't going to go through this whole awful mess again. I did, however, manage to make it up and swung myself to the finish line. Just as I hoped I was done, I knew I wasn't, but a little optimism can't hurt, right? An evil looking skull popped up in the center. Let me just pause here. This level is called Megamix Mastery and combines Astro Dog, Astro Monkey and Astro Chicken to help get through this huge level with 0 checkpoints. Now to add to my already intense rage, imagine my feeling when I found out that after I was done recording, I found out that nearly all the footage of the specific level had corrupted, and so there's 2 hours of me raging that's been completely cut from existence because my PS5 broke. Luckily, since this was the first time I played this level, it automatically clipped my final run. So I spawned in with Astro Dog and hit the first bell before it could hit down, and ignored the second one and went straight up to the platform with the 2 bigger bells. Go into the middle and let them do their thing, and then quickly hit them both and ignore the enemies that spawn in. Ignore the slime thing on the first platform and go over to the second one. Don't linger there even for a second, otherwise the frog's missiles will get you, but ignore him and bounce up and launch the drum. And once you've bounced on it, launch forward at 3 slimes and bounce over to Astro Monkey and immediately smash together the cymbals to flip over the platform. Jump to the next one and flip it over mid-air and do the same when you reach the last one. When you bounce here, smash the cymbals to kill all the dudes before going down the slide. When running on this wall, smash the cymbals before each electric bit to move the walls onto them. Here, smash the cymbals immediately and bounce up the rock and kill this slime. Not compulsory, but you might as well. When the elves line up, smash the cymbals to keep them together, and when you get to the end, jump boost around the pumpkin's bullet and kill him before moving on. Equip Astro Chicken, and when the zappy part goes by, jump onto the platform and launch up to the second one. Launch again onto the slide and jump off at the last second and launch up. The slime will spawn, but you can just kill it. 2 circuit guys will spawn, but you can just jump and dodge and launch yourself up with these things. This will be shooting woodpeckers at you, but you can launch up to avoid them. Launch on top of it and then onto the platform and ignore the spike guy. When going onto this platform, go to the empty space, otherwise the slime will just kill you as you go towards it. The second slime you still dodge, but not as much. Launch yourself up, and here you can stand on the grass while you shake off the mine so you don't fall. Launch to one platform, then to the next. Launch, then jump boost to the third. Launch up and backwards and launch up one more time. This cube will try to shock you, but when you see the first opening, grab hold and launch up till it explodes and launch yourself to the end. Don't worry, there's no trap here. I thought so too. And we finally made it to the end. Now I know I knew what I was doing here, but don't fool yourself into thinking that was easy. I mean, maybe it will be for you since I just told you exactly how to do it, but that took me 2 hours to memorize every way to go perfectly to complete this stupid level. Whatever. And just like that, the entirety of Vicious Void is complete. That was the most frustrating thing ever. If I have any advice, make sure not to do it when you're like really tired, because you probably will get really angry and start sweating a lot. Also, maybe like put something on in the background for you to listen to or watch that will calm you down a bit more, like a podcast or a song or something like that. That was the most frustrating thing ever, and I wish the person who made these levels a very uncomfortable sleep. Please make sure to subscribe to make my suffering worth it. You may think that Megamix Mastery was the most annoying level Astro Bot could create. What if I were to tell you the worst is yet to come?